And that is a perfect side dish of roasted cauliflower. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today another side dish. You know, let's concentrate on the sides. We all know how to cook the meat. We do it all the time. We're going to do a roasted cauliflower and Parmesan crusted dish. It's simple. Just prep it, chuck it in the oven, take it out, serve it up. Right, there's no sauce for this one, so it's even easier. Simple recipe to do. Come on, let's get on with it. This cauliflower is shocking, okay? They're virtually giving it away. Why are they giving it away? Because of this. Is there anything wrong with this produce? Absolutely not. Okay, now leave it all on here like this, and you can just trim off this like this. For the dish that we're doing today, because we're roasting it, it will not make a blind bit of difference if it's got bits missing. It's going to be roasted up, covered in Parmesan and a few breadcrumbs. You ain't going to see it. So just gently trim it off like that. Now I'm doing it in a tray because this stuff goes all over, obviously. So just trim it off. Now sometimes you see in the supermarkets trimmed cauliflower. Someone's already trimmed it when they're reducing it. It depends on your supermarket, your store, you know. But we don't want that on there, obviously. So just trim it off, and then we'll run it under some water, dry it off, and carry on. So get all that off there. And like I say, you know, people are frightened of this stuff, you know. They think, oh, it's got to be thrown away. But what's wrong with that? Nothing. Now, if you want to use a good cauliflower, you ain't doing any of this, obviously. Just use a good cauliflower. It's as simple as that. Let's not make a big fuss. Well, there's absolutely zero with this product. It's fine. God, I hate wastage. So don't forget, this is a cooking channel, okay? You can still cook with this. It's not a show channel like all these others. Everything has to be perfect. You know, what happens if your cauliflower's going off in the fridge? Are you going to chuck it away? No. Roast it. Right, cauli, let's give it a wash. Give it a pat dry. Look at that. Beautiful cauliflower. Right, let's have that out of there. Just drop that out nice and steady like that. We actually want big florets on this, okay? So just stick with your florets. Come in there. There you go. That's all rubbish. We don't want any of that. Go chuck it on the garden compost. Look at these. Perfect, perfect florets. Not wasted. Now we want florets roughly the same size for roasting. Now they're going to be too big, but they're fine. And again, you could chop them as small as you like. That's up to you. You know, this size is absolutely perfect. Look at those. Now we've got a bowl full of cauliflower, all trimmed up. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, we want a little melted butter. We want about that much butter in there. No, we don't. We want about that much butter in there. We're going to put some boiling water in there. I'm going to chuck that on there. In fact, we're going to go a bit more butter actually. Just a little bit. About that much. Oh, put a lid on. Okay, it's not a lid, but there you go. That is going to melt that butter in there. Job done. Grab yourself a tray, line it out, bit of parchment on there. Job done. We're going to put the cauliflower on here. Okay, let's move that cauliflower. Right, we want to make up a little seasoning to go on here. Now, it's not very complicated. I've got some grated Parmesan. This is garlic powder. So we want to be going in there about half a teaspoon of garlic powder, smoked paprika for me today, this lovely Spanish paprika, again about half a teaspoon. Now you can put your black pepper in now if you want, or you could chuck it on afterwards, about half a teaspoon. Now for salt today I'm using garlic salt. We made it on the channel, there's a link there. Maybe it's half a teaspoon actually, somewhere around about there. Right, let's just give that a mix. Our cauliflower, about 3 tablespoons of oil in there. Don't forget we're roasting this. This is olive oil actually. I don't know if I said, but make sure your oven's on about 190, 200, about 400 F. Give that a stir. Some's got a little bit more on than others, but it's all going to cook in there. In there, about half a cup of Parmesan. See if it's going to stick inside the cauli. Now don't worry if it doesn't, because we're going to chuck it on anyway. Now if you give that just a couple of minutes, it's going to start to sweat with the salts and things in there. That cheese is going to stick to it with that olive oil. Melted butter, breadcrumbs, optional extra, but I'm doing it. Butter in there on those breadcrumbs. Nice little mixing. These are going to crusty up on our cauliflower. However, they're going to crusty up and probably fall off onto the bottom of the tray. So we're going to use half now, and we're going to use half when we turn the cauliflower. Okay, so half it. Take your tray, take your cauliflower. Nice little layer out if you can. It doesn't matter which way up they go at the moment, because we're going to flip them over. Don't spread it out all over, because the cheese and the breadcrumbs are going to be everywhere. So now we want to take some of that breadcrumbs on there. Just over there with a little bit more Parmo. That's optional, you don't have to do that. We're going to put some on when we turn it. That is our straightforward cauliflower side in the oven. In the oven, it's going in the oven for about 25 minutes. In the oven, about 25 minutes. And we're going to turn it probably about 15 minutes. We're going to give it a turn over, shove it back in. Now, obviously, all ovens work differently, so you're doing it until you cook it. It's as simple as that. Okay. I think we've had about halfway on those things. We need to flip them. Now, hopefully, we're going to flip the whole lot over. All the breadcrumbs and everything. Might not happen. Straightforward over. Oh, they're looking absolutely phenomenal. That's what we're looking at. Not hard this, is it? Easy cooking. Use up your veg. Oh, right, what we need to do is go back on there with some more of that buttered breadcrumbs. What's happening with this buttered breadcrumbs? It might form a crusty top on here, but it's actually soaking up the juices as well. So when you serve it up with all the bits of breadcrumb, and it's got all the butter flavour, it's got the cauliflower flavour, the cheese. It's a sneaky way of keeping that flavour on your dish. Okay, now we need to have some on the top, and we need to crusty that on there. That's going to give us our Parmesan flavour on there. And we save just a little bit to chuck on at the end. Right, get that back in the oven. That goes back in the oven for possibly another good 10 minutes, somewhere around about there. There we are, roasted and done. That's our cauliflower and parmesan. All we got to do now is serve it up. Over there with a bit of parmesan. Just look at that. On there with a bit of parsley, and that is a perfect side dish of roasted cauliflower. We're in. That is incredible. That is so delicious, you know. All the parmesan's through there with that little bit of flavouring. You can taste the buttery breadcrumbs. It is just, honestly, it's one of those so simple, easy side dishes to make. Everybody wants to boil a cauliflower or cover it in a cheese sauce. Not a problem. You know, cheese sauce, cheese on cauliflower works really well. We've got Parmesan cheese on our cauliflower. But you know, it doesn't have to be a massive cheese sauce. This cauliflower is perfectly roasted, as you can see. Still got a minute bit of crunch in the stalk. Full of flavour. It's buttery, it's got the breadcrumbs in there, the parmesan, our flavouring. It's delicious. It really is fantastic. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make a side dish like this. So easy. And if you do like what we're doing, a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video.